Mm. Hello. Oh, hello. I'm recording video and I'm staring right at myself. Looking good. So I have these glasses that I found. I love vintage shopping and I found them and I need reading glasses, or like when I stare at a screen too much, I wear glasses. And yeah, I found these ones and I'm obsessed. So check out my Instagram for all the cool posts with my glasses. Just kidding. This last week was very enlightening and eventful for me. And I wanted to share some substantial things that are adding to my growth, my healing, and my thriving. First off, I think this was a few weeks ago now, was interviewed on a podcast, and it's called Weekly Woman. And I'm sure it'll be out soon, or if you're listening to this later, it will be out. And I'm sure it'll have the unintentional porn star somewhere, or Rebecca Reinhardt, if you want to listen. And what I took away from that session was, her name is Alice. And Alice was just so, she said a few times, and I'm not sure if it's on the podcast recording, but she said a few times that she was like, I'm really honored to be in the space with you. And I'm really thankful that you're here speaking with me. And she was in New York. And it just dawned on me after the conversation how much of an impact, I'm going to speak in terms of myself in the moment, for the moment. Like I didn't realize how much of an impact I was having on the world. I knew that people were listening. I check my stats almost daily or weekly, and for my podcast, and I'm hearing people listening from all over the world all the time. It is so cool, by the way. And also is like, oh gosh, like it's a lot for people to take in if they're starting from the beginning. And yet I'm here sharing my story. And I think sometimes, possibly, I'm going to shift to the we perspective here. We forget how much of an impact we have on people just by existing and just by living in our truth. That was one example where I saw the impact I was making. And she said to me, you're helping so many women find their voice. Holy moly. Something switched within me, or a light turned on, or something. Following that podcast feature, I attended an online workshop for female entrepreneurs. And it was all about women empowerment. And I have to be very transparent. There is a side of me that feels a little bit icky when leaning so hard into women power, female power. And it's not because I don't believe in it. Oh my gosh, that's what I'm doing here legitimately, is standing up for women. It's all for women. And I think the thing that I feel, just based on what happened to me, not only within the circumstance itself with the individual, but also within the legal system and the going through everything with the police, that we need everybody on board for this conversation, this specific conversation. Do we need women's empowerment? Yes, abso-fucking-lutely. Is it necessary? Yes. Do I love it? Yes. Am I participating in it more and more? Yes. Do I see the value? Oh my goodness, yes. Are women still fighting to be seen as gosh darn equals? Yes. So it's so necessary. And every part of my soul is so thankful, so grateful. And expands into that. And I'm also learning to lean into that just more and more, because these are my people. And in this situation, it seems to be that women are the ones to empower me from this situation, not look at me as a victim, not look at me as a slut, not shame me. Now, this, with the evolution of everything, it seems that women are the ones to say, holy moly, thank you. This conversation is so important. It's unique. You're being so real and authentic. Thank you. You need to be helping people one-on-one and like all these things. And I'm navigating everything the way that I feel I need. And this is my real life, as much as I'm here as an advocate for women. 1,000,000%. I also am, this is my real life. I'm healing. I'm always healing. I'm still dealing with a lot of these issues on the back end. And I'm running a business now where I'm doing this podcast and I'm working to reach more women, and I'm realizing the importance of this. And so this all stems from all these events that and circumstances that have happened that have been all women related, like female empowerment related. And so as much as I shied away from it, not shied away from it, but was kind of a little weary, because I liked to be inclusive and I enjoyed including LGBTQ plus community. I enjoy involving men because, again, I think they need to hear it. So my conversation is not just for women, and yet it's impacting women. Oops, kittens are hitting my screen, so it's been shaky. It's been impacting women the most. So it's just a constant avenue of growth for myself, understanding who I'm impacting and how I'm impacting them, how I'm impacting my own life. And it's, my body is like heating up right now as I'm speaking about this. I think there's a fire within me to keep doing this. There's a fire within me to provide a voice for those who maybe feel they don't have one, even though we all have access to our voices. Some of us aren't comfortable speaking, or some of us have been shamed and we're maybe not in the right environment to shine. And so my goal is to have us all feel seen, heard, loved, and that we have a freaking voice, because it's important. And there are so many issues in this world, and sometimes it's hard to navigate where to put your love, care, energy, and focus. And I guess, as I do step in and help other causes and am very aware, well, maybe not very, but I am aware, because I like to protect my energy and be aware and be conscious of what's going on. And at the same time, like, understand that I need to really work to protect my energy to continue healing and help others in the ways that I can. And yeah, I feel a resistance sometimes to want to lean into this fully, which is so interesting because it's so impactful. And my cause, I guess, from this, with this, through this, is being a voice for women and helping women. And I'm here to help anyone. I'm here to help men who have been through any sort of sexual abuse or harassment. I'm here to help anybody, especially including LGBTQ plus IAA community. I'm missing a few, but I'm here to hug others and show them a path that they can be themselves and that they can also thrive and shine. And what do I mean by shine? Well, I mean enjoying life, laughing again, standing in your power, and yeah, just like thriving in your amazingness of your unique self. And everything I've been doing up until this point, and I will continue to do, is to help people heal through trauma, to know that no matter what you or anyone has been through, You and everyone is deserving of healing, of loving and thriving, being loved, loving, enjoying life, laughing, all the things. You are so worthy of that. And how do you do this? There are so many ways you can reach out for support, find your community, book a therapy sessions, plural. I have a course available that I truly believe is a beautiful, conscious way to navigate yourself through pain, healing, and also into the thriving and shining state. I always say this and I mean this. I need you. I need all of you. I need where you are right now. I need your anger if you're angry. I need your sorrow if you are sad. I need your love if you are feeling loving. I need your joy. I need every part of who you are right now as you are. And I'm learning that I am becoming a voice, a mentor, an advocate for healing and understanding how to thrive and that you are allowed to thrive. And I guess I'm learning I'm a living example of this. And I'm also learning it's very inspiring. I'm sweaty. It feels weird because I knew what I was getting myself into and I knew what I was stepping into, but at the same time, I very honestly was just stepping into my healing and how I needed to navigate this gosh damn situation. My stomach just rumbled out of like nerves. I think stepping into this, into my own light, is very uncomfortable sometimes and unknown and exciting at the same time. And I really enjoy sharing every part of the journey or the majority of the journey, because what is it to be human and how does it look and feel to heal and grow and expand and thrive from something so shitty? And all of this podcast, all of the books, all of the memoirs are examples of how to do this. And the course, how to do this. Like, how do I heal? How do I know I'm worthy of healing? How do I know I'm amazing? How do I know I'm going to enjoy life? How do I know life is going to be like how. And yes, I'm here for you. I'm here with you. Please remember this. I'm human. I'm still healing. I am entering into more mentorship roles and leadership roles. And I see why, and I'm proud of myself. And I will continue on this path. And I want you to know that as I do this, I really need you. I am a human who needs connection, love. I need to be held as I expand into this new version of myself. Something else I wanted to touch on that is quite personal for me, and yet I have been sharing aspects of this. By the way, if you hear animal noises in the background, there's 4 animals where I am right now. I had this, I'm going to call it a dark night of the soul. That's something that a lot of spiritual conscious communities call like a moment where you see darkness, but there's purpose behind it and you see why. And so I had a really huge, dark few moments as I'm expanding into this greatness, which is so interesting and also so common. When you're expanding into greatness, it's actually very common for you to feel scared, maybe on the spectrum of depressed, fearful, anxious, and like you're mourning. Can you hear the dog? Everything's okay. There you go, babe. It's okay. Yeah. And the reason that happens is because you're shedding old parts of yourself and you're releasing old habits and places and things that are not that they're like no longer yours, because they can be if you want them to be. It's just you're shedding parts of yourself to grow this new flower. It's spring. It's, there's death in the winter, fall and winter, and there's new growth in spring and expansion of growth in summer. And that's sort of how, healing and evolution goes. Okay, puppy, please keep me focused here. Yeah, you're so cute. Yes. And I've really been thinking about my choreography. I think at times, even very recently, even now, at times cling to choreography, and I cling to my old life, and I look back on my Instagram and I see my amazing life that I created for myself, that I lived. I got my green card from all of my experience without an agent, by the way, for my choreography. And I am so proud of myself, and I will not lose it. I don't want to lose it. And yet my life is really, really transforming into this place of leadership within this business I've created, or this movement that I've created, this role that I'm stepping into in my life that I'm just honestly just living and sharing. And I think there's a part of me that clings to my old life, and I don't want to lose it. I think there's a lot of sadness there. And I think I've been holding on very tightly to my old dreams, which may include LA, possibly. I'm still not sure, even though I still love that city. But still, it's like all of my life that I was creating and living was for dance, was for choreography. And this blew up my life. And I chose to step in. It blew up my life, even if I didn't choose to step in. By the way, I do want to say that it was doing it and eating away at me, and it blew up my life, this event. And me choosing to step in has like subsequently created more explosions of my old life. And they're, I don't know, it's just changing. And I'm mourning that beautiful, vibrant, creative part of myself. And it doesn't have to go away. It's not going away. It's just my life does look different now. And my path actually has some odd, cool similarities, like public speaking. I did a lot of public speaking as a dance specialist. And guess what I'm doing now, and what I'm going to lean into more and more. And so I'm like, did everything happen the way it was supposed to? I believe that. I believe that even through the ridiculously tough times, it doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make me be like, yay. Sometimes I can say thank you. And overall, I say thank you. And I do say thank you for the things that have happened. And yeah, like I can see it. I can see how it's all moving together. And choreography, I've been saying this a lot lately, and I think that's why I'm noticing this, is like, I'm like, choreo will always be in my life. And when I'm 90, I'll still be a choreographer. And that's true. And I'm not going to classify it as a hobby, but it's moving towards like a passion of mine. It's a passion, and it will always be a passion. And yeah, like I'm always excited by it. I am really good at it, like to be very honest, and I love it. It's a very internal, it's a very spiritual thing for me, choreography, and working with people and being on set and being in theaters. Like it's just like a no-brainer. It makes sense for me. So of course I'm sitting here being like, I'm working on this new path that I've been creating over the last 5 years, and it's working, and I love it, and I'm helping people, and it means so much to me. It means the world to me. It's my life now. And I want to continue down this path, and it is changing the trajectory of what I thought my life was going to be, or what my life is looking like. And yet it's ultimately the same. Like I have huge dreams and goals, and what I'm working towards and what is happening in my life is actually ultimately leading me to what I have been not searching, that's the wrong word, of what I've been building towards and dreaming towards this whole time. So it's like, oh my gosh, I'm literally going like, oh, this is all happening the way it's supposed to, blowing my mind, confusing me, all the things. But I think there's a part of me that the ego is still tied to my life as a choreographer. The ego is still tied to how others, certain people still see me. And I'm working to release that because I'm really loving who I am, who I'm becoming. And I love what I'm doing with my time on this earth, with all of this and through all of this. And I'm honored to be honored, and I'm honored to honor others. And I'm so honored to be a freaking human. I really, truly think we are so lucky to exist. I really do. The fact that we get to experience all of these things in our time on this earth is just so, I don't even have the words for it. It's like we get to connect with people, we get to feel pain, we get to feel joy. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that is so interesting. I get to look at a flower blooming. Like, what? I get to watch leaves fall and a tree sort of like go into a dormant sort of death type state. Like, what? Life does that too? What? Like, oh my gosh, it is so cool and so special. So I wanted to talk about how this last week and these last few weeks have really been impacting me and moving me forward into, you know, who I am and who I'm becoming every day, and who I ultimately see as myself on with my time on this earth. And I'm struggling how, to place dance and choreography more as like a paid hobby, by the way, but a hobby and something I'm very good at and something I love. And that's just for me. It really is. Like, if I think about it, dance and choreography are for me. It's my healing. It's my connection to people. It's my joy. And yeah, you pay me. And, and, and this is my focus now. The Unintentional Porn Star, TUP Star podcast, the books, memoirs, course, my next book that I'm working on, like, this is my life. Public speaking, this is my life. This is what I do. I love it. It's real. It's just sharing space with humans as a human going through life. And I'm blown away that I'm at a place where I can help others, and that when I'm in a space of, in quotations, mentoring or helping others, is when I'm learning the most from them. And I'm lucky to meet all these people, and they impact and I share like time with these people. Like, how lucky am I to do that? And how lucky are we to heal? And how lucky are we to help others inadvertently or advertently? Is that a word? Anyways. Yeah. And another thing, I took an improv class, and I talked about it here possibly, but I definitely talked about it on my Instagram and TikTok. And that's another thing that I'm like, I'm really good at it. Like, what? Cool, man. I love it. And it's just like very much who I am. And it's something that I like, it's mine. It's, I don't necessarily want to do anything with it at this point. If something happens, cool. And yet I'm learning that all of these things are life to me, are love to me, are community to me, and are things that at this current point in my healing process are things that I need for my evolution and my thriving. And whatever comes or doesn't come, that's not the point of it. I'm not here to do anything with what I'm doing. I'm just here to live and understand what it feels like to feel joy and share that and help others achieve, wrong word, attain that for themselves or feel that for themselves. And it feels good. And so it's every day and every week and every event is very impactful with the work that I'm doing, because I'm meeting, especially in the last little bit, I'm meeting these incredible women who have been through so much and who are helping so many other women, and who are actually like making real change. And then when I hear that I'm doing that too, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess, like, oh my gosh, wow, like, oh my gosh, yes, let's keep doing this then. And so to tie it kind of all together again within like who I want to reach within all this work is absolutely women. And for these sort of sexual traumatic and sometimes devastating incidents happen with everyone. So I my work is for women, and my offerings are for everyone. And I want everyone to be involved. And I want everyone to feel safe. And I would like everyone, if they want to take a course or listen to my podcast or read a book, I want everyone to partake. I want everybody to be here and feeling seen and heard through my work, if that's what happens, or be triggering or make people pissed off or whatever. And again, as it has been a very lovely last few weeks, you know, at the same time, I still have the other side working where there's other people calling me things and shaming me and everything. And I just don't take that on anymore. But, and yeah. So I want everyone to feel loved, because so many people in all of the communities, all of the above, have saved me, held me, and brought me back to life and supported me. And so I want to offer that back to everyone. And I'm seeing impeccable, amazing, and very transformative work with all of these groups for women. And so, yeah, I'm going to rock on in these groups, and I'm proud to call myself a feminist. And it has been a process stepping into what I understand feminism means to myself and how I want to step in. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done still. Oh my gosh, around the world. Like, I can't wait to, that's maybe not the right word, but I am chomping at the bit to go and help create change in other areas of the world. Once I do more expansion here in my current North American place, like, I'm excited for it at any time to start impacting, and for me to travel to other parts of the world to be a part of this women's movement. So yeah, as I'm working to share all sides that can always exist, as no matter what you're going through, all things can happen at once, all sides can exist at one time, and it's all just information for each of us uniquely to take in and see what is ours, what feels great, what feels awful, what feels intuitive, what feels like it's the best path, even if it doesn't feel comfortable, but you know, all of the things. So all of these sort of self-development practices that I talk about are within my course, and I'm also here. And I am opening back up one-on-one sessions, and I'm adding it to my website today, if you're listening when this was released in 2023 of March. And yes, I see the importance of it, and I have space for it again, which is great. So sign up with me if you want to connect one-on-one. Everything is super, super private, confidential. I honor you. And I look forward to connecting with you. And I'm here with you. I'm here for you. I'm here with you. And I need you. I'm excited to meet you. So thank you, everybody. And this podcast has been such a special space, and I'm grateful for all of you listening, even if you're feeling different things about either myself or my story or what I'm doing, but I'm still grateful for you. And I'm looking forward to connecting more and more and more with my audience and all of that. So I hope you're having a beautiful day. The dog is literally snoring in the background, if you can hear that. And it's sunny. I'm still in Vancouver right now, and there's sunshine. And so I'm going to go outside and have my tea. Yes, tea. Not coffee today. What? Tea in the sunshine. I hope you find your own inner sunshine and sunshine in this world around you. And you're lovely. You are worthy. You are incredible. You are safe here. And yay. Thank you for being here with me. Okay. Ciao, ciao.